Okay, members, you're going to allow me share the screen so that we are able to follow as intended. Okay. Henry, thanks a lot for coordinating the team as well as other class coordinators from different faculties. Thanks a lot for the work you do. And also, members, thanks a lot for always cooperating and coordinating in our absence. But that is the new normal. That is how organizations now work, whereby even if you live here, you go, in case you're a teacher, you join a school, you realize that on several occasions, you will have virtual sessions and of course even those from other fields. So you need to get used to the new normal. Now our chapter 2, lecture 2 is recorded and the notes are uploaded on Moodle. Yeah, I believe everyone has the notes. Even today's notes are also already on Moodle. But the lecture, I did it yesterday with a few members that I saw in that class. So you will allow me that we skip that, but I'm going to upload the video. Then you can watch. After watching, in case you have any comment, you have any query, it is not a long one. I think it is for I think 45 minutes. So I believe you can watch it and provide feedback. So you just go to the comment section and add whatever you feel like adding so that we are able to, of course, move as intended. Yeah. IT will help you a lot if you pay attention and participate. Be it you're a teacher, be it you are from agriculture, be it you are from business. I mean, being a cut, it cuts across. That is why now even the people or the industry that we thought maybe they don't need any input from IT are also now using IT. Yeah. So there is no way you can join an organization, or there is no way an organization, business, or anything can exist now without IT. So that is why it is also very important for us as learners to also improve our computer literacy by doing this course. I therefore call upon your participation as we move forward. Allow me to check. Maybe there is someone who has something. Okay, this was from much late, but I guess you can hear us now. Yeah. Now, in this lecture, we are going to focus much on trying to understand how to use the computer. How to use a computer and how to manage the resources on a computer. I'm going to try as much as possible to be a little bit faster, but my goal is not to like rush and finish whatever we need to finish, but I need to send a message. I need to impact your career, meaning that in case you have anything where you need more clarification, please don't hesitate to reach out by raising up the hand, or those who are remote, please you can also send a chat so that we can get feedback from you. Yeah. So basically this is our lecture 3. We are learning how to use the computer as well as the resources on a computer like files and folders. Basically focusing much on using Windows operating system. Yeah, this is an outline of what we are going to study here or discuss. Like I've said, our focus is going to be on using Windows operating system. When I talk about Windows operating system, I believe at least some of you have seen Windows on the computers that you use. Yes. I don't use Windows, but being that it is the popular operating system, I want to put our focus on that. Because even when you live here today, you go to an office, obviously you will find their computers working with what? Windows. That is why I'm saying let us focus much on that. Even teachers, you realize that even syllabuses, curriculums are all designed based on an operating system called Windows. So therefore, when I talk of an operating system, our previous lecture, or the lecture that I'm talking about that I recorded, has more of hardware. And now this one has more of software. So when we talk about a computer, it is obvious that we are dealing with both hardware and software. Now, when we talk about software, these are just programs or set of instructions that runs the computer. Now, when we talk about software also has types. It has what we call the system software. It has what we call the application software and utility software. Though the major types are application software and system software. It is very, very good always to attend the class because some of the things that talking about are not in the notes, but they are very, very important. So now I didn't include the types of software, but they are very, very important. I've told you have two types, that is system software and application software. Those are the two major, but I'm not saying they are the only types of what? Software. Because you have mentioned given the utility what? Software. Now when we talk about system software, I want you to understand the computer in a very simple way. System software, as you hear the name, this software is basically designed to run the system. If I'm to do a direct translation or interpretation. So now, the system software has quite a number of examples. And here we are talking about the operating system. Now, you see a human being is like a computer. We have body parts, but you also have those maybe supporting attributes that we cannot see with our naked eyes, or we cannot even touch. But you know very well, someone without oxygen cannot live. So now a computer, however new it may be without software, it can't do anything. So that is what powers the computer. So the breathing element. Now the oxygen of the computer is what we refer to as the operating system. That is why every time most of the computers you surround, the moment you boot a computer, you will see it displaying. Actually, even your phones. The moment you restart a phone, you will see it displaying maybe Samsung, or it can display Techno, then later it says powered by Android. Meaning that this product is of course from Techno, is the manufacturer of that phone. But now the oxygen that this phone is breathing in is Android, which is the operating what? System. So all computers have operating systems, and without it, a computer cannot do what? Cannot operate. Yeah. So that is why you see in that picture of ours, you see up there on the slide, I have an operating system here. Now this operating system, just a second. Okay. Our remote team, according to our environment, here you may not be able to view clearly like some like pictures, but at least you can be able to follow up using okay, our remote may not be able to see some content clearly, but I think they follow up on their devices. So what I was saying is that an operating system is the middleman between the computer hardware, the application software, and the user, the computer user, whoever is using it, meaning that without the operating system, the people cannot use the what? The computer. Yeah, because there is no something that connects the two. So the same thing happens. There is no way to start typing, you know, you launch Word, you launch Excel, and you start typing when there is no operating system. So the application software sits where? What? On operating system. So meaning that without operating system, without oxygen, how will blood saturate in a body, you know? And so basically, I don't want cramming. Don't cram. You see, you can even if we are in exams, you can give me an example. I mean, a definition of things the way you understand it. And if you are in line, still you will get right. I don't need the exact definition from what? From the notes. So we focus much on understanding. That is why I want you to also get in where you need more clarification. So here we can have a computer user, then we can have someone launching programs like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. If it's on phone, launching programs like maybe WhatsApp, maybe TikTok, all those apps. Yeah, are the applications we are talking about, or the application software. Now, because on your phone there is Android or there is iOS, you will be able to see that is on your screen. On your screen, you will be able to see all messages, all videos from all those all those apps. Do we have someone called Augustine in this room? Augustine? Okay.
Yes, I'm online.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, sir.
Now, an operating system, like we have explained, you realize that, yes, it is always in the middle. Yeah, how the rest of the components can interact with each other. You realize that you have the user up here, but this user may want to perform stuff using Microsoft Office Word or Excel, or playing some music using maybe Veros Media Player, and then that music this person is playing can only be viewed on a screen, yes, like a monitor, or person may need even to print something out. Yeah, that is through a printer. So now after working with this Word or whatever application, then the information goes through the operating system to the intended output device, like a printer, that is in case they are interested in outputting hard copies, like maybe on screen or on monitor in case their output is based on images and the videos and so on. If speakers is in case they are to output what? Audio. So that is about an operating system basics. We have majorly 5 functions or roles that an operating system performs in a computer. Number 1, yes, Henry. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, since all the previous questions, the answer was no.
I'm hearing you.
What do we do? What do we do? Let's see.
Hello.
Okay. I guess you can read part of this, though it is not fully visible. It's going to disrupt. Okay. We're telling you that try to follow up. Maybe what you can do is you can follow up on your devices, or you can, I will cater for that next time we meet. Otherwise, it may take me some time trying to change the settings and so on. For now, for today, try to from your devices, or listening carefully as you make some few notes. Now, I was telling you that the operating system has major functions that it performs on the functionality of the computer. Number one is to provide user interface. The icon you see, the way you your phone, and then you realize that maybe you need to maybe scroll up and then run through different things. All that the interface is, those ones that you interact with are provided by the operating system. It provides the user interface, and we have majorly two types of interfaces we are going to see in this very lecture. But also, not only that, it is the operating system that loads programs into the computer's memory so that you're able to use them. Every time your computer, like maybe you launch Word or you launch any program, yes, that program loads in that computer memory. Still, we are okay. That the memory was described well in the previous of hardware, but just to give you a small briefing, when we talk about memory, the way how we also have memory. I don't know how, maybe how people's memory work. For information permanently or temporarily, or it depends. Saying it depends when you're pointing at me. Let me hope you are not saying that you get. But okay, like the same applies to computers. We have temporary storage as well as permanent. Now the temporary storage is the RAM. The more you have a computer, of course, the more ability your machine will be able to perform. Has enough memory where information can be kept temporarily, like a stage where you go as you wait for maybe a taxi to come and take you somewhere. You're at a stage as you wait to be taken. So RAM is, so it's the responsibility of an operating system to load programs into the computer's. It also coordinates how programs work with computer hardware. You go to file, the way you can see here, maybe and the like in case I need to print this document that we are working with, you realize that when I click on print, then it is the operating system to now, so you can't see, but we have a dialog box that has appeared there, whereby it is ready no printer up there. You can, it is saying no printer selected, meaning that now the operating system is trying to search around to see whether my computer is connected to any printer, but it cannot find. But in case there was a printer, it is the work of the operating system to coordinate so that this program can output the document in that printer connected to the to the computer. Then so manages the way is stored as well as retrieved from the computer, from the storage devices. Yeah, everything you store on a is being managed by the operating system, and even everyone from the computer, retrieving it from the computer, still that works by the operating system. Yeah. Then we have these are types of operating system. We have categories actually. There are some operating system types which are categorized according to ability. Some are categorized according to number of users. When I say availability, there are some operating systems with real time in nature. When I say real time, I mean that they are instant. instant in a way that you see a scientific calculator, the moment you turn on a scientific, it doesn't take time. You don't see it even loading because it is instant. It is reading there and then. Then there are some operating systems. Now the ones which are installed on your computer, you see that you can boot the computer, then you give it some time to load operating system. Then after loading the operating system, it loads other resources and so on. Those are non-real-time operating systems. Then we have which are categorized according to number of users. There are some computers which can support very many users at a go. They only allow one user at a go. There are some that can allow one user and one task. One user but performing a single task. Then there are some that can allow one user working on various tasks. For example, the person can be on Google at the same time watching a movie, at the same time maybe typing some letters or documents, and at the same time maybe playing even a game on one computer. So single user but multitasking. Then call multi-user and multitasking operating systems. Can support very many people on a network, and each person is performing their own tasks. Multi-user, multitasking operating systems. I don't want to go much into details of this, but I want you to understand this. You will have them in details. You will read on your own, but I want you to understand. Now we have okay, these are examples of operating system manufacturers, popular manufacturing companies, industries for operating systems. We have operating systems which are manufactured by Microsoft, very good, and that is Windows operating system. Yes, that is why every product from Microsoft comes with already installed. In case we have someone who has a Microsoft phone, instead of saying maybe powered by Android, for them, this powered by what? Microsoft Windows. Okay, Microsoft is the company, then they have a product called what? Yes. So that is why every product over there normally is with Microsoft, then the name of the product. That is why you see most of them Microsoft Windows operating system. Then we have another company called Unix, which produces Linux operating system. When you go to our computer labs, I guess they are using Ubuntu operating system, which is also from where? From Linux, you get. Then we also have Apple is a company that manufactures Mac operating systems, as well as the manufacturing. What is the name of Apple's operating system that runs on iPhones? I had a very good iOS, very good. That is, of course, from so those are the most popular ones. The most popular ones. Being that we are in a developing country, and most developing countries, most of them operating what? System from Microsoft. Yeah. So let us move. Okay, we have okay, these details of what we discussed, like operating systems, which are categorized as single user, single task, meaning that on a device where that operating system is installed, there's only one person who can use, and that person can only perform one task category. Yes, you will read. Then we have single user, but multitasking. Yes, one person, but performing multiple, like a different task. Then we have multi-user multitasking. Very many users use a single operating system, and each person is performing their what? Especially like on a network. Yes, we can have a server, but every person is able to do what? To perform their own tasks, but basing on one operating system. Yeah. Then of course, and there in the notes, I even included some of the examples of such operating that can go through, and allow me, help me and always communicate where you need more clarification, please. Always just put a comment and then I'll be able to expound where necessary. Then we have real time. Yes, real time. Like we said, they are very, very light even. They are very small. That is why they are very, very fast. Yeah, in terms of, that is why you cannot see anything like loading on a scientific calculator. The moment you turn on, it is there. So, and then when it comes to what we call the user interfaces, as we saw that one of the operating system, it is to provide user interfaces. We have two types of user interfaces. We have what called the graphical user interface, as well as the command line interface. Graphical, like the name itself. Graphical, as you can see, this like is full of what? Icons. Yeah, full of graphics, like even the ones you have on your phone. You have a menu where you can slide and launch an application. Those are icons. So meaning that even your phones are running a graphical user operating system. Yeah, but then we also have what we call, okay, one of the major most advantage working with the graphical interface is it is easy to use, whereby you don't need to use any command, because the moment you come, actually sometimes you may not even be remembering what does this program where people type documents called, but when you start, then you go to the program, you will now see Microsoft Office Word, then you are able to launch and start using, which is not the case when it comes to command line user interfaces. Command line, as you can see it here, look at this. Look at this. Now you see that is a interface. That is how all operating systems which are running a command line actually look like, in a way that for you anything, you have to type a command. There is no thing. You just keep typing commands, whereby it becomes the to know the command. In case you make any mistake or you put space, it does not give you what you want. So that is why you see operating systems are designed in what? In graphical interfaces, because they are user-friendly compared to what? To command line interfaces. We have examples of operating systems on personal computers. Yes, on personal computers, like the disk operating system, their advantages. We have Microsoft Windows is an example of operating system that you can install on a personal what? Then we have Macintosh. You can also install it on a personal computer. Then we have Linux, yeah, with all their what versions, because here I'm mentioning Windows, but you may realize that one person is running Windows 7, another person is running Windows 10, another person, I mean, so they have versions. I've kept on upgrading. But the most popular one that has ever existed from Microsoft, it was Windows XP. Even the ATMs, actually most of them, maybe they have even remained stuck to run operating systems. It was so popular only that now Microsoft needed to phase it out and they no longer support it. Yeah, but the ones that they support, you realize that when you're using and you connect to internet, sometimes you get what? Updates. You can even change or make settings in your phone whereby updates can install automatically, or you are supposed to, and then the updates can be what? And we have, okay, using, okay, we are done with the basics of operating system. Now we go to using a computer. These will be practical sessions, but we can have at least what? A crew. By this part is majorly practical, because when I talk of like now the computer is starting the what? The computer. When I talk of a cursor, I'm talking about that arrow that normally moves every time you move your what? This is that one. You get? Oh, the moment I type here, I press here like this, and maybe it keeps coming as it disappears. So it becomes that one that comes and disappears around here, the blinking cursor. Yeah, so those are cursors, and then icons, at least everyone knows. You can even view from your phone. You have icons. Now, the first one is for Excel, that file called BSE complaint. Then we have mobile partner, which is a modem, LG on screen. Then we have a recycle bin. All those are what? The icons. Yes, please. Okay, there are actually many beyond that. Now, like there are so many operating systems that use graphical user interfaces. For example, all versions of Windows, like from maybe, okay, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 1, all of them are using graphical user what? Interfaces. Even when you look at Ubuntu, which is what? Graphical user interface. When you look at Macintosh, I mean, there are so many. Yes, there are so many. Sorry. Okay, like graphical user interfaces. Okay, graphical user interface operating systems use icons and menus. Now, when we talk about an area where you can type and choose options from. For example, now you see up here, we have a menu bar where we have the home, there is art, there is draw, there is this, depending on which operation you're using. So like now, operating systems that use graphical user interface always provide such. Yeah, that is the major difference between them and the command line interface. For command line interface, no clicking. Yeah, if like maybe you can try this out. You got to start on your computer and type R, then run, as in run, and you enter. It is going to bring for you a small dialog box. In Windows, I will demonstrate here. Yeah, now when that dialog box, you type CMD, a short form of command. it is going to display a command line interface. Yeah, now when that command interface comes, a black screen, then you just type, for example, in case you want to see the content on your computer, the one you're using, you just type the word tree. When you type the word tree, it is going to display for you all the content on the what? On the computer. Now, if you want to close that window, you just type the word exit, still it will disappear. So for it runs on what? You need to know the commands. In case I need to perform this, which command do I put? In case I want this, which command do I put? So that is the major difference between those two. Then you can see we have like taskbars, menus, list of items, that can be displayed. We have talked of icons, we have taskbars and so on. All those are what? On command line interface. Here in your notes, they are much more clear. Yes, in your notes, they are much clear. You will see normally I've seen those three menu icons, right? Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, a screen is a part on a desktop, and say a hand and a person. They are two different what? So a screen is just one of the parts that make up a what? A desktop. Yes. Now, you see, a laptop has a screen, but it does not have a desktop. But it has a screen. Anything that displays, even your phone has a screen, it doesn't have a desktop. But there is no desktop which has what? A screen. So now you see computer labs. Those what you call flat screens you see on top of that, on the table. Actually, the word desktop is derived from how the component is conducted or behaves. Like desks are put on top of what? Desks. We have two types of system units. I explained this in the previous video that you will watch. Two types of system units. Okay, a system unit. Okay, who has an idea on what a system unit is? How about a system? At least that word maybe you've heard about it. Very good. Very good. A system unit is that casing, housing that holds the internal components in what? Of a computer, for example, the motherboard, the CPUs, and so on. Very good. Yeah. Now, when we talk about a system unit, it has two types. It has what we call the tower and the desktop. You get? Now, that's technically, but in our layman language here, what we call desktops are those monitors. Now, a monitor is that what? Yes, that one where which has the screen. That is a monitor. And you see, we have even other types of what? Monitors. Yeah, where you have the LED, LCD, and then we have even these those old ones is cathode ray tube monitors. Yes, those ones with the tube like behind that helps them to do what? To power. Now, then we have the LCDs, which are those flat screens you're talking about. Again, within the flat screens, they are what we call the LED. You get? Yeah, so now I guess at least you can differentiate between a screen and a monitor and a desktop. Yes. Yeah, but now you see in our society, what people normally do as a desktop are those what? Monitors. Yes, every monitor is for them is a desktop since it is always even placed on top of what? A desk. Yes. A TV has a screen. Yeah, but it does not have desktop. Though there are some TVs that you can put in a desktop. You find when it has a TV. Now, when we say, you see, all TVs have, improved TV sets come in the same technical format as computer monitor screens. Like a LED, you find we have LED desktops and LED TVs. You get? So it depends on the technology that's in them. So, but now those are not actually desktops for TVs, but they are, we can call them like maybe screens or TV set, what? Screens. Yeah, but normally desktop is purely for what? For computer purposes, yes. I was telling you about the system unit and then, types of system units where we talked about the tower and the desktop. Tower are those that you normally find below the table, down there, where you can even put a flash when they are standing. Then there are some of the same nature, but a little bit smaller in size that you find on top of desks, and the monitor sits on top. Some, they are just down anywhere on any surface. They are like a standalone system units. Those are towers, like the way how towers are, like MTN towers, and is something else. Now, those are tower system units. Now, the desktop system units are those that they put, and then they put the monitor on top of them. Normally, they are small in size, and they are small in size. What makes them different from the tower is majorly the size. Yeah, and you realize that for them, they have components inside, but they are so compacted, squeezed. That is why for them, they even have what we call system fan, which is not on tower. Yeah, system fan, because computer being an electric, meaning that almost each and every component is powered by, it has power, current. So meaning that they generate heat as they function. So when they are so small, yes, they will heat up. That is why on such they provide even a system fan to cool them up. So we may not go so much in details. At least I explained some in the previous recording that you will have access to. Then we have what we call dragging. I believe all of you know how to drag. Yeah, you can drag, but the way how you drag on a phone may not be the same way how you drag on a what? On a desktop computer, where you have to click, then hold down the mouse. You click on an item, you hold down the mouse as in don't release, and you start moving until where you want to drop that what? That file or anything, like here. Now you see those files is coming. Good. Now you see these files. Sorry, you may not see clearly, but at least I can work with this. You see where my cursor is? Yes, on there. Now, the moment I click, let's assume maybe I have a mouse. I make sure the finger does not really, like, I don't put it off. I hold it down and I move until where I want to put it or drop it. That is moment. So you see that here I'm doing what? Like I'm just dragging and I can drop. So we can drag a file and put it inside the folder. You can as well drag folders and put them inside other one. So a folder inside a folder. Now the one which is inside is called a sub what? Subfolder, yes. So but that's dragging. Yes, please. Okay. When we talk about minimizing a page, is like pulling up, down, like you minimize by making it from like now you see here, when you go here, I don't know, up there, I don't know if you can see my, like in the corner, up there. So I'm not using Windows. Otherwise, if we were on Windows, you would see it on the what? Right corner. But now since I'm using a different operating system, so normally for Windows, the minimize is always the first. Then restore means to reduce and enlarge. It performs both. Yeah, when you restore, in the case I've been in a maximum viewing and I restore, it comes to minimum, like kind of small. Then when I'm doing small and I restore, it goes to what? To max, like the maximum, that is maximize. Okay, let me show you. You may not see there, but you see now, this page is reduced to certain size, right? Now that size that you are seeing, I can maximize it. When I maximize it, it like widens and enlarges the entire one. Yes, view area. And when I click on the same icon that I've used to maximize, this is going to restore the viewing back to the previous size where I was. Now, when I click this, you see that it comes back to the previous state of viewing where I was. Then, of course, this one, you know what it does.
Yes.
This one, you know what it does? Yeah, it closes or it cancels anything. Yes. You need down. Okay. Now a drop down. Now you see here, when I go to home, now you see this arrow here pointing down. Oh, it's around here. Yeah. That arrow pointing down. Let me show you here. Okay, can you view my, okay, it is coming. But the size is a bit small. But what I wanted is to show you the drop downs. Now you understand what edit is. Normally, there is now that ending icon down, like in a V shape. It indicates a drop, meaning that the moment you click on it, there are more other what? Options which are not displayed, but you may need to do what? To select from. So that's how drop downs do what? Drop downs work. The way how you see here when I it and I just point on, you see now various courses I've done what? Of being displayed because I went to what? To drop down. That is how drop downs computer work. In option buttons, sometimes they're red buttons. For example, like you're filling a certain form, then you realize there are some options that you're going to find when they are like this. For example, when you're filling a form, they can display for you gender where you have to choose male or what? Meaning you cannot choose both. The moment you come and click on male, it puts a dot inside. The moment you come and now click on F, the other dot disappears and then comes down. Those are red buttons, or they are called option buttons. Then when we talk about checkboxes for radio buttons, you can only choose one option. That is why I said you cannot be male and female. That is why they normally use those what? Buttons. Yeah, then when it comes to checkboxes for them, you can even tick all of them. They are in a square format where you can say, okay, in case maybe you are filling the courses you are doing, you can say maybe introduction to IT, then I'm also doing this and that, like them. As many as possible, whatever number you wish to do it. Yeah. Then you have what we call what is that? And we try to moment we confirm. Is there anything you're seeing on your Let us go back and see. You're still on screen. Okay. Now, in a computer, we have what we call the control panel. Now, a control panel is like your phone. You know where you can find settings in your phone. Yes. So here is just a twist of the language or change of the name. But the settings in computer, they are the ones called what? Control panel. In case you want to make some adjustments, any nature, you go to control panel. It is always there, the way how you have settings on your phone. Yeah. That is majorly the control panel of Windows look like, whereby in case changes in the security, like the passwords and so on, you can set them under the control panel, under the system and security option. In the case what you want to make changes about is about the network, you do it under network and the internet. In a case you want to remove some programs or some apps, like on your computer, you go to programs where you will find an option install and uninstall. The moment you choose uninstall, now they are going to bring for you dialog box where you can choose what you want to do, to remove. Yes. Then we have what we call the user accounts and family safety. Now, user accounts meaning that these are like rooms. You can have one house, but with multiple rooms. So computer can be there, but having multiple users, as in not using at the same time, but like when, like now Henry is a teacher, right? But Henry may be having a computer, and that very computer still on that maybe the ambassador is also doing what? Using. So meaning that they can create two accounts, one for maybe teacher Henry, then another one for the bursar, whereby now every time to go to the computer, they first provide you with an area, which is called the login. Then you can choose which account do you want to access, then put the password and enter. So in that case, we shall have maybe teacher Henry, then we shall have bursar. When you click on bursar, then they ask you for the password. When you enter the password, then you are able to access only those resources that are in what? In that account. The way how you can have keys. Password is like what? A key, which access to resources. So in that case, that means you are able to go to that account where the bursar's files are. Yeah, because for her, she may not be interested in what you do, then you may also not be interested in looking at what they also do. On a computer, we have what we call partitions. This one I ended in the previous lecture. What we call factors that you consider before buying a computer. What could be some of those? In a case, you happen to be trusted by your company or even your own personal use that you want to buy a computer. What are the factors you have to consider? Sorry. Perfect. The cost, storage capacity. Not all computers can handle the same amount of data. Very good. Perfect. The processor speed, the processing speed. Not all computers can process data at the same rate. So that component that is responsible for that is called the CPU. There are some which are dual core, some are high cores. I mean, you realize that now a dual computer moves a little bit slow compared to an core 5 or core 7 PC. As you hear, core 5 meaning that for it has like 7 cores, like physically it is one CPU inside, but the power that it has, it is like for 7 what? CPUs or cores. When you talk of dual, like a 2 what? 2 in 1. Any other factor? Very good. Yes, please. Okay, the size also matters. Sample. Yeah, whereby now if you happen to be working in field, maybe you work with a tourism company, you're a tour guide, or you always move here and there, going to workshops here and there. I mean, it is always good to have something like maybe mine that is a bit what compared to, you know, something that is going to make you, you know, because of its size. Which other factor can we talk about? Versatility. What do you mean by versatility?
The ability of the computer to perform many tasks.
Okay. Now, those versatility is determined by processor speed as well as the RAM. Yes. Yeah, there you achieve it. Any other factor we can talk about? Okay, type of operating system, because now for a computer whose operating system cannot be used by maybe your staff, one is the computer, it also doesn't make sense. Okay. Then someone's got here. I don't know why people are sending in their what. The battery life also matters. Why are people sending in their names and registration numbers? No, like Zoom records, like the attendance. Send me still, I will see that you have attended. And then we shall use those for the physical attendees. We're talking about how is data stored in a computer. We have what we call partitions. Where is data stored in a computer? Is it stored on a hard disk? That part in a computer that stores information is called a what? A hard disk. I explained this in the recording that you will obviously watch. Now, every part in a computer has the role it plays. But now the role of a hard disk is to store data for future use. Whereby if you shut down your machine, the information kept on a hard disk will always do what? Stay. The way how you can have stuff on a flash. Yeah, because the flash is also a non-volatile memory. The way how you see hard disk. Yeah, which is the opposite of RAM. RAM is volatile in nature. It can only and only keep information when it is in power. The moment, probably maybe you've been working, you are in an exam. I've seen this on several times when you're doing final exam. Someone does work very good, but then probably maybe power gets some few issues or anything happens, and then because they have not done what? Saved. The moment you don't save the work, it will temporarily be the moment now the computer shuts down, gets any issue, and it goes off, then you lose everything. Yeah. So, but in case you want to keep work for future use, you have to save it. That is why every time you have to keep saving in case you're working with some more files. So you see here we have like a local disk C. Then there is this E, which is renamed entertainment. Then so all of those, like inside the computer, there is hard disk. But this hard disk has been logically divided, what we call the partitioning. Yeah, the moment you divide the hard disk, then that is partitioning. Yeah. And it was not even supposed to come here. Because why am I here really? First tell me, why am I here really? So can't I teach when I'm not here? Why did I? Okay. You see our focus. Okay, my coming here. I think it will be for practical what? Where you more, you know. But now when we are just here trying to display, as you also view something that we can even do remotely, it doesn't do a lot. But these ones you will read through. Maybe I need to. What is deleting? How can you really see what is deleting a file? And someone says, it's to delete a file. How do you really respond to that? Why I came? You get. Now, okay, is erasing the file from where it is. You get. If you delete a file or a folder, it goes where? Dustbin. So recycle bin in a computer, but then real life is the what? The way how you can use maybe a what? A toothbrush. Maybe after maybe you decide to dump it in the what? Dustbin. But then later you realize I think I can use this toothbrush to do what? Maybe shoe, or in case someone is dealing in hardware, maybe to clean some dust in what? In some stuff. Then you go to the dustbin and pick it. So you are restoring. So the same way, I delete content from the computer, and once we delete it, it goes to, but you can go there because sometimes this might happen accidentally. Yeah, so you can restore it. But there are cases where, for example, you work on a very in a cafe. After downloading, you work on it, whereby you don't want any person to work. In that case, we have to delete permanently. You get. Now, how do you delete permanently on a computer? If you are using Windows, is my security safe? Okay. Okay. Now, the moment you want to delete something forever, if you're using a Windows computer, you press Shift button on your keyboard and delete. There it will bring a dialog box asking you, are you sure you want to delete permanently? The moment you accept, you will never get it again. But the moment you just right click on a file and choose an option to delete, then it asks you, do you want to send this file to recycle bin? You say yes, it goes to where? Recycle bin. But also, even if you do that, and then you go recycle bin and delete now from recycle bin, it's like going to the dustbin and you burn. So meaning that you the other branch that we did, because it has been completely done. Like, yes. So you have to be very careful when it comes to deleting. Okay, a few questions which are there. Then, okay, members, stop sending the what? The names and the we can do or work on something else in the remaining time. Anyway, let's go.
For that. That is when they go at God. Yes, orange. I not got that.
Members, may I beg that the one who is
Our
having
next
over,
lecture
can you unmute yourself?
is basically on this is our lecture 4, which is actually the internet and www. Don't follow what you're saying, but listen and maybe ask where possible. I'm still making a few adjustments on this. Now, internet, everyone needs it. What is internet? When you hear someone talking about internet, what comes to your mind?
Hello, sir.
Okay. The global connection of networks, very good. Any other point? Okay. Internet itself, of course, that is international network. Yes. Now, when we talk about internet, we are talking about a connection of computers, because first of all, internet comes from a network. Internet is a network, but what is a network? Now, when we talk about computer network, we are talking about the connection of 2 or more computers to allow resource sharing. Then, network has maybe 2 types. I'm not saying they are the only types, but I said majorly 2 types. LAN and WAN. Local area network, and then the wide area network. Now, a very good example of network is the one, the internet, very good, which is the massive network of networks, or the global connection of networks. Yes, meaning that itself is a network, but it is made up of other networks. You see, at home we may have our own network. Cambridge University, they have their own. Oxford, their own. University of Cape Town. But now what makes us all to communicate is the what? The internet. So that is internet. That is from teachers. Which other group do you have here? Guys. Who contacted me on behalf of IT sometime? Okay. Thanks for coming. Now, you see, as IT specialists or as teachers, do we read the internet? I'm sure. So the question is why? For communication, research purposes, very good. Research purposes, very good. For study purposes. Entertainment, watching movies like on YouTube. Like, okay, what is, there is also e-commerce. Okay, communication. That one you can talk of maybe sharing the resources. And yes, some other resources. Very good. We don't have that in the notes, but if I'm not even mistaken, it cannot even miss in exams or in tests. So that is why I always say, participating and attending class is the most important of these lectures. Here I just put summaries to us as we do what we learn. Yeah. So internet is very, very important, both to the education sector, both to the medical sector, agriculture sector, all sectors of what? Life, yes. There is a way how it is what? It contributes well-being and so on. So when we talk about, I think that one is also brief and very, very brief. What we shall do is, of course, I will give you the notes. If you don't understand, you will let me know. But of course, be on the practical bit of that chapter 4. Yeah, that lecture 4 of internet, whereby how do we access internet? What do I need to access internet? Okay, some people say, you mean without a modem I cannot access internet? Yes, please. Okay, you need an ISP, like maybe MTN, you can buy what? Data, good. Then once I have data, is that enough? Do I need application for me to access internet? Okay, very good. Like we have applications and help us to display web pages or content on the websites. For those what? Web browsers. Yeah, and we will have very many such. They all do the same purpose. Depending on how used you are to or with one. Yeah, examples are like Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, SeaMonkey. What else? Like there are so many. Very good. Microsoft Edge, which previously was Internet and so on. So in Uganda, we have what we call internet service providers. These are companies that offer internet services to individuals. So when you need data, where do you buy data from? MTN, Laika, and so on. Those are called internet service what? Providers, yes. So now, I need to hear from you. In case you have any question. I think, okay, next week we shall meet, but virtually, to probably maybe finish the theory part, and then we also start on some practicals. We can always meet for the practical sessions. We shall plan on how to do it so that all of us benefit. Because even our exams are going to be both practical and physical. I mean, and what? Theory. Even the theory part will require practical what? Knowledge. For example, you may not find questions like, what is a computer? But you may find questions like, the theory paper, how to save a file in Microsoft Office PowerPoint. Meaning that you can only attempt that question if you know how to do it. And then there is no way how I will ask it from you if we have not practiced it. So meaning in case maybe you are asked, how do I get my deleted files back? You realize that you need practical experience. Work. You will not get questions like advantages of computers and so on. Those maybe some which can be somehow related could be in the case of a case study, where maybe an organization is existing, they have such a number of employees, but they have this particular problem. Which suggestion can you give them to overcome such? So maybe that is just things like maybe, in a case, maybe the problem they are facing is about saving data. Okay, like maybe keeping a lot of files, and maybe you can suggest, they can buy computers, and then they can probably maybe use flash disk, or use maybe, cloud storage and so on, as we shall, of course, So before can session, I needed to hear from people, at least some questions. Even okay, anything that you would wish to know more about IT, at least. It can be in what we have covered. It can as well be even in the future what slides to come. Even if you don't want to ask me, if for you don't want to ask me, I will ask you, and then you want to have anyone to rescue you. Okay, what is a computer virus? Because you see, we're using internet. We're using internet. High chances that you will contradict, you will get what? You will get viruses. So when you hear someone talking of computer virus, what normally comes to your mind? Okay. 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 Okay, that is one example. But what comes to your mind? Yes.
Designed to destroy or to cause malfunction.
Okay. Very good. A computer virus is also another program, another software. Like how you have maybe the way how you have any other application. Now, its intention is always to cause what? harm to other what programs, of course, and the hardware in the computer. Okay. Okay. The way how you see even COVID-19, was it a virus or is it a virus? Eh? What is it? It is a virus, right? So it lubricates, it multiplies itself, and then it becomes like too much to the extent that causes malfunctioning. Yes. Okay. Okay. Those are how people get information which they are not supposed to do. Get like man in the middle attack, fish, you know, there are quite so many, which we may not discuss here. Yeah. Ads. Okay. Now, when you hear someone talking of an ad, if it is who is talking and where they are talking it from. If you go to New Vision or to Monitor or to any TV and you hear them talking about ads, real advertisements. But now, even the difference is not much. Like now, the most popular ads we refer to are the Google ads. Yes, you can be on a computer, then you see an advert coming. Actually, you just go to visit, like here. Let us visit something small here. Okay, now, but at least you can see some. Now you see I'm at New Vision page. But up here, see there is an advert for what? Airbus. You get. So this is New Vision. But rather they paid to Google. And now Google has partnership with New Vision because, you know, Google is a platform that everyone wishes to do what? Advertise from. Is a search engine for almost, is the best search engine in the world. It run all the adverts across the world. So it partners with those other companies that have much traffic. Like when I talk about traffic, I mean number of users. Yes, now then New Vision is advertising Airbus on behalf of Google. So what the company pays to Google pays some portion and pays to what? To New Vision. So yeah, those are the Google ads. Yes, please. Okay. Okay. Let's stop there. Now, the moment you're using a pirated software or a software or a platform that you have not paid for, you don't bring guess. Now, for them, they give you for free, but then if you don't like for them, they will send adverts. But in case you in software, those are very, very rare. You don't see any advert coming, but services, normally you get some bit of interruptions. You get maybe like a commercial break, something of that nature. So don't say that, why do they always interrupt my what? You are the one maybe they are what? So, but basically, yes, that normally happens in that. Yes. Okay. So, okay. Now, what causes COVID-19 and attack people like you who don't wear masks? Like in a simple way, no, don't. But okay, it is okay. You can. Now, all viruses behave similarly. You get. So, what causes viruses to attack computers is sharing devices. When someone has what? COVID-19 and they are isolated in a room, it becomes hard for this virus to move out of this room to go and attack people. Viruses don't move. People who move what? Viruses. So now, the moment you have a virus on one computer and then share a file like on a flash, then this person takes this flash into another computer, they are transferring what? Virus. In case that file has what? Virus. Yes. Okay.
For example, someone like maybe or something like that to the internet and then it has a virus, or maybe someone to just maybe whatever they do or something that they put a virus into.
Especially when you download the free software. Free software is one of the major channels through which viruses travel. And viruses spread a lot on the internet. So once you are not connected to the internet and you don't maybe like exchange a lot of what? Exchange a lot of files, you will be free from what? Viruses. It's like you already are isolated and know how they can get you. Yeah. So one of the ways is sharing what? Storage devices like a flash. And another way is by downloading. Which other way? Even if you don't download, but you're connected to the internet and you don't have antivirus, then you will get the what? The virus. You may not interact with people a lot, but you don't have the mask, but you move along the way. You do what? You get the virus. When you cannot also tell where was it and when did it happen. So that the same way how even computer viruses do what? Behave. Okay. Let me hope what you are interpreting is really right, because I may be saying something else, then you're also saying something different. Very good. Yes. Now, a system bug is an error in a system, and a virus is a program designed with the intention of disrupting other programs. See, when there is a difference between an injury and the COVID-19. An injury may make me not to play football very well as I used to. So I have an error in my what? My leg. So that is a system bug. when the system cannot perform as expected. Try maybe to submit, like after filling the form, you click on submit, then it takes you back to the first page instead of submitting what you have filled in. So meaning that the system has gotten some misbehaving element. So when it has a bug, yeah, system bugs are just errors in the system. Yeah, that is, those are system bugs. Otherwise, I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for being part of the session. We shall be meeting, that is on Friday next week. But before we meet again, always feel free to contact me, feel free to comment and do anything that makes keep in touch so that, yes, please. Which operating system am I using? I'm using what? Who knows what I'm using? Yes. Which operating system I use? My name is Samuel Moore. Thanks for coming to class and participating. I've liked your participation. Thanks a lot. You have not bored me. So I don't regret why I came. Now, I have the first statement. I don't regret why I came. Actually, I'm even planning to come back tomorrow. Yeah. Even if I don't find anyone, I will be here.